Hey y'all, welcome to the Style Chronicles. I wanted to share my review on the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 Foundation, Primer, Foundation, and Concealer in one. I have the shade 825, which is the third from the lightest in the range. And I've tried all three colors in order to get a match. So the three lightest colors in this line of foundation. And it does not match me. I'm not a good match for the color in theory. But anyway, two things about this foundation. The first is it is a fabulous foundation in terms of coverage and flawlessness. And it gives the finish that I love, the matte kind of, very well covered foundation look. So a lot like Estee Lauder Double Wear in kind of a drugstore formulation. So that is that. The second thing is the colors, and that is as always, it takes me back to why I have such a difficult time with drugstore foundations to begin with. I thought I would try this out because I'm always searching for that good drugstore foundation, something that I can just fall back on, something that I can grab when I'm at H-E-B picking up my groceries, something that I can, just kind of turn to when I need foundation, like very quickly, like, I run out of my MAC Studio Fix or something and I don't want to go into the mall and I just need something, for the meantime to kind of tide me over. But something good quality that agrees with me that I enjoy wearing. And I have just not ever been able to really find something like that in a drugstore. I wore the Revlon Color Stay in the lightest shade, I believe it was vanilla, or ivory, for a very long time. That was my drugstore foundation, but they did change the formulation. It's been changed like 2 or 3 times over the years. And they changed that one about 2 years ago, and ever since then, the color is just off. It matched my skin perfectly for such a long time, and then all of a sudden it was like, I couldn't wear it anymore. It was too yellow, like it would oxidize really badly. So this foundation, which I don't have on today because I tested it for an entire week. I tested all 3 shades, each of them for a week in order to see if it would match my skin. And it just doesn't. I cannot get a good skin match. But the foundation overall wore incredibly well. I mean, it's a great foundation because it does have that concealer-like coverage and it's got the primer that's like built in. So it really does adhere to your skin. If you can color match yourself to this foundation, it's fabulous if you have oily skin. You do have to touch up, and that's kind of the trend, I guess, or the, it's just expected. It's just expected. When you have oily skin, you're not going to find a foundation that you are not going to have to touch up. So I've just accepted the fact that I do have to touch my foundation up once a day, usually around noon. I'll go in with some powder and just touch it up, and then I'm good for the rest of the day. I don't really need my foundation to last me any longer than I would say about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon because I work out, and after that I shower and I'm ready. It's like whatever I need to do for the evening before I go to sleep. So not too worried about foundation lasting me like 24 hours or even 12 hours or anything like that. But oh, why did I get very so on to this one. Like I said, great foundation, and that's the color 825. This is my MAC Studio Fix, which is my Holy Grail foundation. This is the one I've got on right now, the one I wear every single day. And honestly, it's just always there for me. It matches. And, MAC has such a great range of shades to choose from in cool tones and warm tones. You really can't go wrong if you're color matched with them. So it's a little difficult for me to tell you guys that I love this foundation because I do love it. At the same time, though, I can't wear it because it just does not match. So for 3 weeks, I've been testing this out, staring at myself every 5 seconds in the mirror, looking at the difference in the color tones of my skin. So my face would be one color and my neck would be another color, and it's really embarrassing. And the crazy thing is my daughter started school about 3 weeks ago. I've been testing this foundation that long, and I have received so many compliments from other mothers when I go pick up my daughter about my skin or the foundation I wear. And I get asked questions about it, and I would tell them it's the CoverGirl foundation. But it was embarrassing at the same time because I knew my foundation was not matching my skin, and I kept wondering, are they asking me what I'm wearing because they've noticed that my skin does not match my neck? I mean, is it that obvious? So I'm not sure why the camera's going in and out. But needless to say, it's a great foundation. Will not work for me because the color is just so off. So yeah, here's both of them together, and you can see This is just a little bit more, I don't know, my skin is, it's not even matching in the video, but my skin is just a little different of a shade. This is, you know, just, there's a difference, and it shows up, especially here, you know, from here to here. You can really see it. So, while I love the foundation, I wish I could wear it. I wish I could get the color spot on, but I can't, and that kind of hinders me from liking it. So I'm still in search of a good drugstore foundation. Sometimes I just think it's great to have, especially like if you're recording makeup videos. Sometimes you don't want to go through your Holy Grail foundation or your like really good foundation when you know you're not going anywhere, you know you're just doing it for like a video purpose. You're not, you know, necessarily going out anywhere or anything like that, which happens a lot in the YouTube world. Sometimes you just do your makeup for a video, and not necessarily for any particular occasion. So yeah, that's kind of why I've always been on the search for a good drugstore. And then just because I have people that ask me, you know, what do you suggest for my skin from the drugstore? And I don't have anything I can say I love, although now I can say this, you have to be careful what your color matches. So that is my review of the Outlast Stay Fabulous CoverGirl foundation. I'm loving it. Now really quickly, what I have on my face, because I always get questions. Told you guys I'm wearing the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I am shade NC15, and I wear the Pro Longwear under my eyes. I am shade NW15. Yes, my tones are off. I do that to combat dark circles under my eyes. And then I contour with the Smashbox Contour Palette. Primarily, I love these colors, but primarily the reason why I use this one is because I have not found a good kind of middle of the road, like drugstore one. So this is my everyday kind of contour and highlight. And then on my eyes, I've got the Naked Basics by Urban Decay. This is my go-to, I need to have on hand all the time. This is my third or fourth one of these actual palettes, because the colors just blend and they look natural, and it goes with everything. You could put on any color lip and it goes so well. And I find that this one works extremely well for very, very bright lips. So if you're going to do like a fuchsia or an orange, this looks really good. But it also looks good with a dark, kind of deep, vampy lip, and it looks good with a nude as well. So that is what I have on my eyes. On my cheeks, I've got this shade right here, which I don't even know what it's called. This is, I guess, Luminous Blush. I know that's Electra, Incandescent Electra. And I don't know if this is Mood Exposure or this is Mood Exposure and this is Luminous Blush. I'm not exactly sure. So this is either Mood Exposure or Luminous Blush. Like, does it read, because it reads from the bottom from here to here, is this one Luminous Blush or is it reversed? Does that make sense? So that's what I'm wearing, is this bright one on my cheek. And then to highlight all kind of the strobed areas or the highlights of my face, I use the WetNWild Color Icon Reserve Your Cabana highlight, which looks like that, and it's just huge. But look at that highlight. It's just super, super pretty. The sun's playing with my couches. So really pretty. It just kind of brightens up your skin. So that is what I have on my face, and I've got Max Velvet Teddy on my lips. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all are doing well, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.